Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are playing more of Sakura Forst Girls 2. Yesterday I uploaded Genshin Impact, right? Yeah, I kind of failed the recording last night, so today, hopefully it will turn out okay. If it did, I guess there is an episode you're watching right now, hopefully. Alright, let's get to the game. Despite Maia's reassurances.
Hold it right there, strangers. Don't come another step closer.
I've not seen you around our village before. Your presence here is awfully suspicious.
Who are you? And what do you want?
Say your piece, else we'll cut you down where you stand.
Oh my. Maia titters, one hand pressed to her mouth. As far as welcomes go, this leaves much to be desired. You're even ruder than the guards stationed outside the village. At least they did not look at us with such scorn. Somebody ought to teach you a few manners. Maia, Aiyana. Makes sense, right? I don't know why I merged two names together. Anyway, Maia, Aiyana, and I are standing outside the large tent in the center of the village. It seems likely that this tent belongs to the leader of the village. It's certainly ostentatious enough. Two women are stationed outside the entrance of the tent. It's 2022. The voices I made could belong to women. They both have dark skin, daubed with deep white paint, and dark hair. They clutch spears in their hands, which they point at us. These women wear identical expressions of disdain upon their faces. But the similarities between them don't end there. Their faces too are identical, from the color of their eyes to the curve of their noses. I think they must be sisters. Twins, even. I've heard it said that twins are omens of good fortune. Is that true? I wonder. But this set of twins, if they are twins, is giving me an ample cause to doubt that. Speaking of which, I've run in my life into quite a few twins, now that I think about it. Like, starting with kindergarten, there was a brother and sister who were twins. In my primary school, literally in my class, there were two brothers who were twins. They were not identical though. In high school... No, stop. Reverse. Middle school... No. In high school... also no. But still, I mean, two sets in the entire life, I believe. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway. They're looking at us like we are less than dirt. Which voice was that?
How dare you? Lecture us on how to behave.
One of the twins glowers at Maia while brandishing her spear.
You're outsiders. You ought to show us some more respect.
Outsiders we be, but we mean no harm. We have traveled far, and we are weary. Surely would not discriminate against a small group of beautiful women such as us. Now please stand aside, we seek an audience with your princess.
Ha!
One of the twins snorts.
As we'd step aside and let you waltz right up to our highness, she's much too important to be bothered by the likes of you.
My sister is right, now shoo-shoo.
That's another voice again. Whatever. The twins' guards shake their spears menacingly in Maia's direction. The pointed tips of the spears glint in the sunlight, promising pain. I analyzed them anxiously, her brow furrowed. Perhaps we should go. I do not wish to antagonize the villagers. I suppose we could do that, yeah, if it would make you more comfortable. But I thought you were determined to locate your missing friend regardless of the dangers you might face. Was I mistaken on that score? No, you're not mistaken. I do want to find Koko very much so, but I don't want to upset the villagers either. Oh, Aiyana. Sweet, innocent Aiyana. Maia pats the top of Aiyana's head. You're a good girl, but there is such a thing as being too considerate. If you always tiptoe around other people's feelings, you will never be able to get results. Yeah, that is true actually. You want to find Koko. The princess should know where she is. Ergo, we must speak to her. We cannot let these guards stop us, nor their little toys.
Toys?
One of the twin guards glowers at Maia, her expression a mixture of shock and irritation.
We assure you, stranger, that our spears are not mere toys. They're sharp and deadly, and we are very skilled in using them. We can't cut you down without breaking a sweat. Just try to cross us and see what that gets you. We have no qualms in striking down our enemies. Imala will be conducting your funeral services before sundown.
Oh, so you mean to kill us?
We would take no pleasure in it. We do not like shedding blood needlessly, but we may be forced to if you do not stand down.
Goodness me, what a pain this is. You girls are very loyal to your princess, aren't you?
Of course we are. We love Lady Ari.
She is a good, kind ruler.
She listens to the plight of the people. She would be
willing to go without food for our sake, so we do not starve.
She is an asset to our village.
Or maybe, instead of doing the, going without food for our sake so you don't starve, how about somehow managing this place well enough so you can grow some crops? That's a little addition from me. Anyway.
Everybody adores her. We do not lack violence, but we would be more than happy to spill blood on her behalf.
How remarkable! Your light is so pure and solid, and unsullied. It is enough to bring a tear to my eye. Maia smiles wickedly. But unfortunately for you, this is a fight you cannot win. I'm no ordinary woman, you see, but a witch. I have lived for many years, and I possess vast powers little girls like you could not dream of. Your weapons, I fear, will be completely ineffectual against me. You should stand down while you still can. I do not wish to harm you. I only want to speak to your princess. It is about an exceedingly important matter.
Huh.
One of the twins snorts, again.
Do you think we'll stand aside after hearing a speech like that? That only makes you sound more suspicious.
Your threat level has gone up. We must neutralize you immediately.
We can't let anybody bother our princess.
Oh dear. Maia sighs. I hope it wouldn't come to this, but you leave me with no choice. If we are to get anywhere, I'll have to prove my powers to you. That should douse your tempers nicely.
Just try it. You can't hurt us. We are strong enough. Use the new chance.
Take this.
The guards dash forth, spears in hand. No doubt meaning to deal Maia a series of decisive blows. But these blows never come. The guards pause in their plant assault, stock still, as for frozen. With a single stamp of her fingers, a sudden and powerful gust of wind fills the village. It shakes the leaves from trees, toys with the tip of my ponytail.
What's going on?
And it flips the skirts of both guards, revealing their underwear. One of the sisters looks at her exposed thighs in wonderment, while the other drops her spear. This sister's face is bright red, and tears are beginning to bed in her tears. Tears? Wait, what? Tears are beginning to bed in her tears? Really? In her eyes, obviously. I feel like the quality of my reading is dropping. I wonder why.
My pontiffs, you can see them.
You can see everything. Actually, I can't, that's the thing.
Nobody wants to marry me like this. Yeah, totally not that, because of the voice I gave you. Here.
The first sister, who I take to be the older one of the two. But like 5 minutes, glowers at Maia, her teeth gritted.
How are you doing this?
Oh yeah, very good. What a deductive prowess you possess, as you're not as dumb as you look.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. I only meant to compliment your advanced reasoning skills, which are beyond all my expectations. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. There was another foo, by the way, compared to the past, now that I think about it. As you can see, I can use my mana to control the elements. I studied the Arcanites of years, and such trifles come easily to me. All of that studying to flip skirts. Interesting. I can make rain fall from the sky if given enough time, and I can conjure pillars of fire from the ground. This is but a taste of my power. Now do you see how outmatched are you? Won't you set aside your weapon? I'm a witch, but I'm not wicked, and I don't want to do anything too nasty.
If I put my weapon down, will you call off this unnatural breeze?
You have my word. The guard looks unconvinced, but the desperate wails emitting from her twin make her reconsider.
This is too much. I'm sorry for disappointing you, mother. How can I ever walk about the village again? I'm ruined. Alright, fine. You win. I promise I won't hurt you. Not if you call off the demonic wind.
That is a good start. But would you also allow me at my party entrance to your princess tent? We have important matters to discuss. I promise you that will not harm her. My powers are such that I could have rained destruction upon the village thrice over already, but I have abstained. Would you believe that? What she's saying? I mean, she literally just flipped a skirt. I don't think those words are like something I would trust. I would have my doubts. Anyway, surely you can trust me.
I trust you about as much as I trust a hungry wolf. But I don't want to see my sister cry. I'm the oldest of the siblings.
By 5 minutes.
Ha! I knew it. And I promised mother I would protect her. I can't stop this wind on my own, so...
The guard heaves a sigh.
Ha! Very well. We'll step aside.
I mean, just in case you can, I guess, walk inside with them, right? Good. I'm glad we could come to a peaceful arrangement. Maia clicks her fingers and the wind subsides. The guard's skirts settle down once more, covering their pantsu. The younger sister, twin sister, still looks abashed by this goings on, but at least she stopped crying. Her eyes look awfully watery for. It was a pleasure doing business with you ladies. Hoo 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 hoo. Now let us not dawdle, the princess awaits. Let us see if she knows anything about Koko. Fancy.
Wow, would you look at that?
The interior of the princess' tent is nothing like I've seen before. The floors are covered with richly woven rugs. Ugh. And fabric drapes from the ceiling in folds. If you know me, or maybe if you've been with my videos of House Flipper, you know I don't like rugs and the likes. Because first of all, it's a pain to clean. Second of all, it's a pain to clean. And third of all, it's a pain to clean them. Expensive looking furniture is dotted about, hewn from wood with candles and ceramics placed atop them. In the center of the large, spacious tent is a divan, liberally strewn with plush cushions. Speaking of cleaning, now that I think about it, I forgot to write down that I need to order some let's say, chemicals to clean up the inside of my car properly. Anyway, even the air smells sweet, soft and fragrant like flowers. This is worlds apart from the tent I grew up in, with its leaky ceiling and its bare earthen floor. This place is truly worthy of a princess. Which is fitting, I guess, given a princess does indeed inhabit this luxurious space. Oh, isn't that the one we've seen? By the lake? She seems kinda shady, not gonna lie. Sitting upon the divan among its overstuffed cushions is the princess herself. I've not seen the princess before, but she looks the part. I guess. Her face is heart-shaped. Is it? Her hair long and auburn. Her features are delicately arranged and her eyes are bright blue, like sapphires. She's very pretty, almost disconcertingly so. Her skin is smooth and devoid of blemishes. I cannot believe she's ever once worked a day in her life. Upon her head, she wears a golden tiara, which is inlaid with yet more rich red jewels. She looks so sumptuous, it's a bit disconcerting. But to my relief, the expression upon her face is not one of contempt. She is instead smiling. Perhaps she's a kind, benevolent princess. You never know that. The guards outside the tent did give that impression while they were singing her praises. The princess is not alone in the chamber. By her feet sits another woman, slightly older but no less attractive. This woman's skin is fairer than the princess's, and her clothes are less extravagant. Her pale pink hair cascades over her shoulders, and her eyes are slate grey. I recognized her at once, for she stared differently than she was during our first meeting. Hell yeah, I did too.
You! I know you!
I stabbed a finger in her direction. Because I'm so cultured. It's probably rude to point in a princess's presence, but I'm so surprised I can't help myself. This is quite the coincidence.
You're that woman from the morning. I saw you by the river.
Oh, yes, indeed you did. Wait.
Yes, indeed you did. I recall you, young woman, and the rest of your companions. I did not catch your names, but you made quite the impression regardless. I thought you might come to this village, so I told my princess of it in advance.
But you didn't tell the guards. Hey, oi.
We have been waiting for you. Really? Oh, thanks, I guess.
Now I'm really starting to wonder who this woman is. She must be some sort of advisor to the princess, if they are in the same tent. I had no idea after our first meeting that she has friends in such high places. But then again, I don't know much at all about her. I don't even know her name.
I know we'd be coming here. We never told you. Oh, it is a trifling matter.
She must have some powers. Magical powers, right? Not a witch, but some sort of... I don't know the names. What could she be? Magician, basically. Anyway, the woman waves one hand carelessly.
My name is Imala. I'm the High Priestess, oh, exactly, the Priestess, of the village, and Princess Ari's loyal servant. I possess powers of clairvoyance, which allow me to perceive the shape of the future.
Okay, so you predicted we'll be coming here. I wonder if she also predicted something that we'll be looking for Koko. Because if she did, that clairvoyance is not very useful then. Because, you know, she could have seen that someone will come looking for Koko while Koko was still there, right? Am I going too far with that? I guess. I mean, maybe it's a power which you cannot control what you want to see, basically, right? Or, you know, it has limited reach. Who knows?
I knew our fates would be entwined from the moment we first met.
Oh. Okay.
A clairvoyant. That explains the dances of the mana that surrounds you. I was wondering about that. Well, now you need wonder no longer. The
The mystery has been solved. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Imala giggles. And to what do we owe the pleasure? Why did you come here, O brave travelers from a distant land? Yes, please tell us. She curious, I'm not gonna lie. The princess, that is Aria, leans forwards, her blue eyes blazing with curiosity. It is rare. We receive visitors. I've been so looking forward to seeing you since Imala. Ari's voice trails away, her bronze cheeks turning pink. I mean to say, I've been earnestly anticipating your arrival. Nothing gives me greater pleasure than conversing with those from beyond our village's bounds. Aris. Wait, ciotto mate. Your name is Ari. And your village's name is Aris? Really? Anyway, I'm glad to hear that, Your Highness. We feared you would be less than accommodating, shall we say, after the rude greeting your guard gave us. Oh no! Ari's face falls. Did they give you grief? If pointing a pair of spears to my pretty face and threatening me grievously bodily harm count as grief, then yeah, they did. Goodness me! Ari sighs. I told my guards whom I have guessed, and I distinctly recall telling them to courteous. It seems they did not listen to me. They are good women, but they are a bit overzealous when it comes to protecting me. They must be fond of you to jump to your defense, so... Yeah, they are. They're awfully fond of me to a worrying degree. Wait a second. So, you see how Ari has this a red gem in her tiara and in the necklace, which is, by the way, hiding conveniently behind... You know what? Also, if I get rid of the text box, there is also another one around the waist, right? And she also has some of those gems in the, I don't know, like arm sleeves, I guess. So Imala also has that, but only in her bracelets. Interesting. Like the same color or whatever, right? I feel like it might be the same gem, basically. Maybe I'm getting too much into it, but whatever. Her Highness is beloved among our villagers. They would all be willing to lay their lives down for her sake as would I. It is no surprise, really, when one takes into account how pretty she is and how mild-mannered. She's our village's pride and joy, and we all adore her. Imala, please! Ari pouts in a manner which seems to me at least quiet, unlike a princess. I have cautioned you about this before. You are too effusive with your praise to the point of embarrassment. I do not deserve such accolades. It all makes me uncomfortable. But it is the truth. You are wonderful, my princess, not to mention graceful, benevolent, magnanimous. Ari's face turns redder and redder as Imala rattles off this list of her good qualities, which makes the priestess giggle. But let us put that aside for now. I would not wish to make you feel bashful, not in front of your guests. Actually, technically, we are more... I feel like we are more here for Imala? Because maybe with clairvoyance, she could have a look where Koko might be, like, in a day, in 2, in a week, maybe in a month, right? That would probably make it easier for us to find her, because the princess might know where she will go after leaving this place. However, that doesn't mean the place she goes to is the final destination. Anyway, a princess must be more of a merely kind. She must also make a good impression. So, Ivan glances between us. let's return to our prior topic of conversation before I became sidetracked by my princess and many splendors. Who are you, and what business do you have in our village? Let me explain. Your Highness, Lady Priestess. Maia inclines her head first at Yaya and Aiyana. She draws in a breath, then begins our tale. So basically, check out episodes 1 to 11 of Sakura Forst Girls. You will find out all the details over there. And after that, we can get to the proper topic. Well, unless you already followed the episodes over there, then you know all the story behind our journey here. So again, let us move to the topic at hand. Anyway, it is a pleasure to meet you both. I am Maia, a mostly benevolent witch who has lived for many years. Why are you always saying that, I wonder?
Maia, did you say your name was?
Aiyana pressed her lips together.
I have heard of you before.
You have?
Really?
Maia and Ari look at Aiyana in askance, in almost perfect synchrony.
I know of witches, but I have never before heard of witch named Maia.
That does not surprise me, Your Highness. You have lived this village all your life and have little to do with outside world. Ooh. I, however, was not born in this village, but another further north. Stories abounded in my village of a powerful enchantress called Maia, for few sincerely believed them. I thought you a figure from legend, more a wonder than a genuine woman. It is an honor to meet you. I must confess I am somewhat awe-struck. This meeting truly is incredible. Why, thank you. I did not realize how far-reaching my fame was. Did not know quite how famous I was. I feel like a celebrity.
I hope you can forgive my ignorance. I have lived a shorter life, and as Aiyana said, what about the girls with you?
I look at Aiyana and
Are they famous witches too?
I'm afraid not. These girls are not witches, and neither are they my apprentices, for I would not oppose to the idea. They are perfectly ordinary humans. Wait, what am I talking about? Aiyana has some magic in her. Their names are Yaya and Aiyana. The first one is talented with a spear, and the second one is a descendant from a family of shamans. Together they have embarked upon a mission. It is their behest that I have come to speak to you, Your Highness. They have traveled far, for many miles now, in the search of their friend. She went missing 3 years prior when their village was attacked by slimes. Makes you wonder that, you know what? I feel like right now a Genshin comparison would be appropriate. It's like the villagers, well, level 20 max, right? And the world would be kind of at max level, which would cause the slimes to be like level 90 or whatever. That's how the slimes could do that. Otherwise, what? But again, maybe another comparison, maybe all of those slimes were actually like removed from the slime anime, right? For that would mean they were also not like him, but kinda evil. Anyway, then the girl missed her dearly.
Slimes, is it?
Ari frowns.
They are nasty things. I cannot abide them myself. Have you heard of slimes, Your Highness?
Unfortunately, yeah. They appeared out of nowhere one day and began attacking our village. They have been near constant noises ever since. You must give up recognition, let us know when they will attack, which has been instrumental in keeping those monsters at bay. They have yet to breach our village's defenses. And I hope it... Oh boy, sorry. Sorry, the yawn escaped actually, sorry. And I hope it remains that way. They are utterly repugnant. I'm sorry to hear that your village fell to one of their attacks and that you were separated from friend. It's a truly nasty business. So did you come to this village hoping to find this missing girl? Yes, indeed. I was my mage to divine her location, and I have reason to believe she may have fled here. Would you happen to know anything about the girl named Koko? I wait for a response on tenterhooks. I don't want to get my hopes up, but... Oh yeah! I know Koko. I know her very well indeed. Also, that was Yaya's voice, but whatever. I'm so mixing voices. Ari's reply floats with my anxiously beating heart with relief. You know her? Really? Yeah, I do. Or perhaps I should say, I did. A girl called Koko came to our village 3 years prior, along with her parents, seeking refuge after a slime ravaged their home. She was a dear thing with blonde hair and the brightest smile. I presume we are speaking of the same woman. Oh, yes, that's it, that's her, I can believe it. Isn't this great, Anna? We finally found Koko. She was in the village all along, she's safe. Well, she didn't say she's still here. I would not be too sure of that. What? My brow furrows. I can feel my joy sliding off me like an oversized mantle. What's wrong, Anna? Aren't you pleased? I'm pleased to hear she was unscathed after our village was attacked, but... Aiyana draws in a small breath, then turns to Ari. You said you knew Koko in the past tense, not that you know her. Why is that? She has not left this village already, has she? Yeah, indeed. Ari replies after a small pause. I take no pleasure in telling you this, particularly given how far you've traveled, but... If a girl called Koko did live in this village, this is no longer the case. She was a skilled archer. Ooh! And she worked hard to guard our village from the enemy attacks. We grew very close, she and I took great pains to ensure she wanted for nothing. I wish to make her happy. Ari winces. But I want not enough for her. 6 months prior, a traveling merchant came to our village. This merchant took a shine to Koko, and soon they became fast friends. Automatic. Wait. Don't tell me it was her. Don't tell me it's the one from the previous game. Whose name I actually... Mika? Was it Mika? Something like that. When the merchant left the village, Koko accompanied her. She left her parents behind. Ari dips her head. Her fingers clench into fists upon her lap. Her blue eyes hard and sad. And she left me too. What? Oh no! My disappointment surges inside me like an ocean wave. It hurts. If only Aiyana and I had come to this village a few months prior, that we might have been able to catch her. It's too late for what ifs now, for she's gone and I have no idea where she might be. Wait a second. Wait a second. What if that really was the same merchant that we've run into the previous Sakura game, right? What if she was already traveling with Koko there? What if she was trying to find her way back to the previous village? But for some reason, both Aiyana and Yaya did not run into them while they were together. Let's say Koko was hunting for something at the time, right? Holy crap. Oh boy. That would be such a dirty trick of fate. Anyway. She's probably living a happy life, wandering the lands like a nomad, with this mysterious merchant. Come on, ask about the merchant, please. But I can't bring myself to feel happy for her. Now what are we going to do? Hey, Maia! Yeah, what is it? Yeah. I just had a thought. Can you conduct the ritual again? If you ask the spirits where Koko is, I'm sure they'll reply. They already asked for it once, right? I could try, I suppose. But there are complications.
Like what?
Everybody has their own unique aura, which cloaks them during their day-to-day life. This aura builds in the air and the earth the longer one remains in a fixed location, which makes it possible to find people with spiritual aid. Alas, it is significantly more tricky to track people's auras if they live nomadic lives. If a person moves too much, their aura will be dispersed upon the air. It will gather out and die like the smoke from a burned out candle. That must be why the spirits pointed us in the direction of this village. Koko spent 2 years here, and the earth is still densely concentrated with her aura. There is a good chance where I to conduct a ritual it will give the same results. There is no guarantee we can find her now, even with my magic.
No way!
My shoulders slump. My last sliver of hope has been dashed. Why has the world got to be so cruel? It's almost like the universe is actively trying to prevent my reunion with Koko. Why have I got to jump through so many hoops to get what I want? Don't even ask me.
Oh dear.
Ari sighs.
I can tell from your gloomy countenances that Koko must mean a good deal to you. I'm sure you are even closer to her than I, given you were born in the same village. I'm scared great myself, but I cannot even begin to imagine your suffering. I sympathize with you truly. But please do not be discouraged. All is not lost. There is a way. You may be able to find her yet. Where is?
I stared at Ari, eager for any crumb of evidence that might aid us.
Did Koko tell you? Did Koko tell you where she was going?
Not exactly. She herself did not know her destination given the merchant's flaky nature. But she did tell me the name of the village the merchant calls home when she is not selling her wares. This village is not so far away. If you were to go there, you might find some clues as to Koko's whereabouts, or Koko herself. I would have gone to check this village myself, but for my duties as a princess, I'm not permitted to leave the walls of my own village for long periods of time. What? I cannot venture forth, but you can in my stead. I will be happy to point you in the direction of the village. But first I would ask you to help me. Of course, of course. I see. Are you trying to strike a deal with us, your highness? Ari nods. I am not proud of this. I do not wish to use Koko as a bargaining chip. I think it grossly unfair given how much you care for her. If I had only my own welfare to think of, I would give you the advice you seek in a heartbeat. But alas, I am a princess. I must put the needs of my people before my own, and those of strangers like yourselves. The truth is, my village is in a precarious state. There has been no rain for the last 3 months, and our crops are dying. The rivers that border our village are dry. But we kind of took a bath in them. Anyway, and the trees in the forest do not bear fruit. We are running perilously low on supplies, and I fear my people will soon go hungry. We need all the help we can get. We may even need the divine intervention. Ari bows her head to Maia. Imala said you are a great witch. I have not heard of your legends, but I have no reason to disbelieve the words of my high priestess. Would it be within the power to bring forth the rain, so our crops might flourish once more? If you can do that, I will help you find Koko, I promise you that. I strive to be an upstanding woman in all respects, and I would never go back on my word. Fool, my, you do not beat around the bush, do you? This is quite the ultimatum. I know I'm asking a lot, but I am desperate. Can you do it? I can, yeah. Summoning the rain is within my abilities. But it is a complex piece of magic, which requires a good deal of energy. Oh boy, I know where this is going. I have not used any magic that powerful in a while. I fear I may be somewhat rusty. I will need to spend a few days meditating to shore up my strength. And if the spell is to succeed, we shall need to conduct a ritual. Oh boy. The spirits are finicky creatures, and they will require offerings. We must attire ourselves in finery, and light incense in their honor. It will take some time to prepare. Are you willing to do that? Of course, I will do anything to help my people. Then I suppose I can acquiesce to your demand, your highness. It will take days, perhaps weeks, until I'm ready to contact the girl on this scale, but I shall do it. I cannot turn down the request from such a pretty girl. For the time being, I shall pledge my alliance to you. Maia crouches on one knee, one hand on her chest. It's unlike Maia to kneel before anybody like Gump, but I don't get long to drink this unfamiliar sight. Come on, Yaya, Aiyana, you must kneel before the princess too. We must show her how serious we are being about this. Oh, yeah, of course. But if I'm rude, your highness. Same here. I'm sorry. Awkward. Anyway, I got on my knee, as does Aiyana. That's of course Koko's, Yaya saying. Together we us crouch before Ari. I hope this gesture of deference is enough to prove how serious we are. Does it? I wouldn't do it, to be honest. I'll do anything to help Ari, no matter how backbreaking. I'd push myself to the limit if she asked, and I wouldn't let a single complaint pass my lips. I can endure any hardship if, at the end of it all, she gives me a hint about Koko's whereabouts. Yeah, I wouldn't take any. Not gonna lie. Taking a knee is, in my, let's say, dictionary, only left for when you asked, you know, your special one for marriage. That's about it. Other than that, you are not taking any ever again. Okay?
Just for the special one.
That's why, for example, found taking the knee by footballers to be absolutely pathetic. Yeah. Anyway. Because, it absolutely destroys the true meaning behind taking a knee. That's why what footballers were doing was pathetic. Anyway. I can do any hardship if, and at the end of it all, she gives me a hint about Koko's whereabouts. I can't let this journey end in failure. We've come too far to give up. Oh my, this is quite a sight. I never imagined a famous witch Maia would one day bow before me. It is a novel experience. And I must say it is not at all unpleasant. I got used to this. Imala giggles, then looks at Ari. Isn't this wonderful, Urias? 3 talented, capable women are pledging their labor to you. You must be delighted. Yes, indeed. Not think things would go quite this smoothly, but thank you, you're free, for your cooperation. I look forward to working with you. Do your best to appease me, and I shall hasten to uphold my side of the bargain. Together we can save my village. And I'm sure we can find Koko too. Let us all do our best. And how this continued, we will find out in the next episode. I'm going to sleep. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful day. And, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing, which is free, of course. Liking, which is also free. Commenting, which is also free. And if you want to go, really the extra step, you can also visit my social medias, so that is Twitter, Instagram, and perhaps even Twitch, and that's about it. That's the last words I'm leaving you with here today. See you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.